Chat, chat. I'm tired. I am I allowed to doomer post a little bit here? Am I allowed to be a bit of a doomer? Cause I'm tired. I I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, brother. Uh I need to get off the internet. I need to get off the internet cuz like holy fuck. Like I have been more depressed than I've been in like months because of like me being on the internet that I have been in like a long time. And it's because of all this bullshit going on in like the United States and like this shit going on with like Visa and Mastercard and like all of this censorship bullshit. Oh my god. Like I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer and like bring like the mood down, but holy fuck. I am like it's just oh my god. Everything's a disaster right now in this fuck ass country. Lock in. I need to lock the fuck in. So, for those of you who haven't been keeping up with like everything going on recently, Visa and Mastercard have had a crusade against everything recently. And so, like for those of you who don't know, like it was over a year ago where places like Pixiv, okay, like Pixiv and other places like Pixiv and Fanbox, they Visa and Mastercard had like okay, so like the way Visa and Mastercard work is that sites that pay their creators, right, will use Visa and Mastercard as ways to like process payments, right? So for example, like as an example on like something like Patreon, right? All of the money that you would get through people subbing to you on Patreon, all of that gets processed and handled through companies like Visa and Mastercard, where they process and handle the money, and then that money is sent to you, right? So Visa and Mastercard are basically kind of like the middlemen and everything, right? But like places like Visa and Mastercard are like required for like processing payments like that, right? And so it started about a year ago where places like Pixiv and Fanbox, they were told by Visa and Mastercard that they were not allowed, that Pixiv and Fanbox were forced to comply to the rules that Visa and Mastercard wanted, or they would pull their support, which means that they couldn't pay their creators. So about a year ago, Pixiv made a new rule where no lolly content was allowed on their platform whatsoever. And they made that rule because Visa and MasterCard said that they would pull their support of processing payments unless they removed like lolly content off their platform, right? So that was like, this happened like a little, like maybe like a year ago, right? So this was like the first like big kind of like breach of shit that happened with like Visa and MasterCard, where they were starting to step on the toes of other people and determining what people could buy with their own money, right? And so it started off with Pixar and Fanbox having to delete and ban all content involving lolicon stuff off of their platform. And at first, all of the people who aren't into lollies and think that it's like CP or like pedophilia, right? All of those people celebrated. They were like, "Oh my god, thank you so much, Visa and MasterCard. You're doing God's work. Thank you so much for banning this. We needed this." But it set a precedent, right? Where payment processors could start determining their own rules on what they wanted people to buy with their own money, right? That is not good. A company determining what a consumer is able to buy with their own money is not good. So, and that was the first instance of this. And then a few months ago, Fansly had to ban all furry content off of their platform because Visa and Mastercard started saying how they don't want to have their payment processing be involved with furry stuff. So Fansly had to make a rule and get all furry content off of their platform. So now furry content is banned off of Fansly and other platforms because Visa and Mastercard don't like it. So they forced the banning of furry content on platforms like Fansly, right? And now, as of this week, Visa and Mastercard has started like going haywire, and now they are banning game after game for minor trivial stuff. Now, what they're saying is that they want to get rid of games and stuff off of other like gaming platforms that involve things like incest and rape, okay? And it's not just stopping at porn games, okay? It's like they're going after other games, right? Now, fun fact, chat. So, that means that mouthwashing, which is a psychological horror game, which is not a porn game, by the way. Mouthwashing is not a porn game. It is a psychological horror game that involves the topics of things such as sexual assault and rape. That has been delisted off of itch.io, which is one of the places where you could get mouthwashing from. It was one of the many places where you could purchase mouthwashing. Visa and Mastercard have now forced the removal of mouthwashing, which is a game that involves the topics such as rape and sexual assault, but it doesn't glorify it in any sexual way. I can't live with all my what have we come to? So we have gone from Visa and Mastercard saying you're not allowed to purchase or support creators who draw lolly porn, okay? To now you are not allowed to purchase and support creators who have anything furry involved with their content. And now they're saying we don't want rape and incest, period. Which means that games that involve it, like mouthwashing, are currently being taken down. It's not the Visa Mastercard don't like it. It's their investors that don't like it. It always leads back to the same group of people. Either way, doesn't matter if it's the company or the investors in the company. Either way, it's still involving them because it's still the company that's determining it, right? Like, so like whether it doesn't matter. The company represents the investors and vice versa. So it's like either way, it's the company at the end of the day. This art makes them uncomfortable, and art is not supposed to make people uncomfortable. It's supposed to be pretty and nice to look at. That's real. So all these are really real. I mean, the Fansly, etc., whatever band related. Yep. So this is all real. Yep. This is all actually real. What's next? They're going to take down every game that exists. I never thought I'd fight alongside lolicons against Visa. Mercy, look, here's the thing, right? Is that I know, look, here's the thing. It's a controversial thing for me to say, right? But here's the cold hard truth of it, okay? Despite the fact that stuff like lolicon content might make you uncomfortable or you might not like it personally, companies coming up to you and saying that you're not allowed to support creators who draw stuff like that, that was like the first really big red flag. It was like a mining canary where it's like, hey, like, payment processors are starting to make their own rules on what people like support with their own money, right? Which is not good because I work hard for my money, and so I shouldn't have a company tell me what I can and can't buy. And so that was just the first of many of a slippery slope of things that started happening. And fun fact, another game was banned off of itch.io, which it is a visual novel, but it is not an adult visual novel. It is a safe for work visual novel with slight ecchi elements like any other ecchi anime, right? It is a visual novel called Girls, 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 which is about femboys, where all of the characters in this visual novel are femboys and traps, okay? Now, like I said, it is a safe for work visual novel. It has ecchi elements in it, but it is safe for work. The only thing it has is slight ecchi elements involving cute feminine boys, right? And itch.io has delisted the game from their platform. We wanted to give you a quick update on the current situation. Our game, Girls, Girls, Girls Rebirth, was recently delisted on itch.io. We want to be 100% clear that our game does not contain any adult content or themes that violate payment processors. We have already reached out to itch.io support, but we don't know how long it will take for this to be resolved or if our game will be relisted. So this game, which does not contain NSFW content, it is just an ecchi game involving femboys, has been delisted via the whole bullshit with the payment processors. So yeah, I'm just for mainly femboys. Oh, sad time for careers like Panky. Oh, fuzz citrus. Yeah, it's awful. Also, thank you for the raid, by the way, Sir Eclipse. By the way, sorry, I'm talking about the bullshit going on with Visa and Mastercard right now. I'm so sorry. I'm like pissed, dude. I'm like upset. Like this shit's pissing me off. Them little rat fucks took my man. Do these payment processors not want people's money? Do their personal views trump the money they're making? Like, unironically, like, kind of, yeah. Lay it on it low. No, you're fine, Sir Eclipse. No, you're fine. I'm sorry. I'm just, like, I'm fucking, like, tweaking. I'm tweaking big time right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Look. I don't want to be a doomer, okay? But, like, here's the thing, right? Is that like the at first it was like people celebrated like Visa and Mastercard not allowing their payment processors to be used for anything involving lolly content. Okay, people celebrated, but that's like that's like a thing where it like starts to become like a slippery slope where it's like just because it's content that you don't like personally, like it's not illegal or anything, right? It's content that you don't like personally. Just because like they take down content that you don't like personally or they're not going to allow it doesn't mean that they're not going to stop at content you don't like personally. They're going to keep going. So they started off with lolly, and then their payment processors are like, well, we don't want anything with furries being involved. So now like anything with their payment processors being related to furries, they don't want. So like, and then it's like, all right, well, now we're getting a little too close to home, and now they're starting to just straight up like remove games that aren't even a night side for work. They just have themes of like stuff they don't like. Like, Jesus, they can take our lives, they can take our furry games. What? It doesn't need to contain any NSFW content. Valve's new rule made this clear. They wrote content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processor may violate. That does violate, implying that if they want, they can take down anything they want, which is scary as fuck. First they came for them, and then they said nothing, and then they came for me. There is no one to say no. No, it's awful, dude. It's like, it's fucked up. Like, it's fucked up. This is not good. This is not good at all. It's basically giving them power with no consequence. It's restrictions. Yeah, no, it's like, so now it's like, as a consumer, I am not allowed. As a consumer, I am having content that I enjoy be censored, and I am not allowed as a consumer to choose what I want to get with my own money, because these payment processors have deemed that they don't like it, which means that nobody, which translates to them saying, well, nobody's gonna like this now because we're gonna ban it. Gay furry censorship. It's about everything being censored. It's about lolicon being censored. It's about furry stuff being censored. And it's about anything that payment processors do not like or find uncomfortable being censored. Mouthwashing, a psychological horror game which involves the themes of sexual assault and rape as a form of storytelling. It has been taken down from itch.io because payment processors have deemed that they don't like content that involves sexual assault or rape, even if it's not in a sexual connotation, such as mouthwashing. It's not really censorship. Are you retarded? This is the definition of censorship. This is the definition of censorship. Shit is being censored. This is quite literally the definition of censorship. At this point, they're gonna take down anything they want. It's like I don't know. Isn't there any other payment methods available? Unfortunately, not really. You're not allowed to demonize SA. You're not allowed to demonize sexual assault. You're only allowed to not talk about it. This is like how in like Utah, where they literally, like, Utah does not allow you to talk about sex, like in like they don't teach sex ed in like Utah, where it's like basically like the only form of sex ed they teach in places like Utah is don't have sex. That's the only form of sex ed they have, is don't have sex. Where it's like they are censoring it, where they're like, well, we don't want to talk about it because our religion doesn't like it. So instead of teaching kids about being safe, having safe sex in the form of having condoms or having consent and stuff like that, they're like, well, just don't have sex, which is a dumb fucking thing to say because teenagers are gonna have sex. They're all horny, right? So it's like, it's all retarded. It's all fucking retarded. It's pretty duped. It's like the only, I don't know. It's Visa and Mastercard take up a lot of the payment processes and a lot of money, like in the world. So it's hard to switch over to different people because Visa and Mastercard are so embedded in society, like with so many companies. So it's hard to do a switch. So they don't have protection. It's awful. Tomb Raider should get banned because of the one scene. It's awful. Damn, it's that bad. Thanks for informing. I'm basically before. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. No, I'm talking about it because I want people to be aware of how bad in Utah abstinence is the only guarantee, and you are not allowed to talk about condoms or birth control. That's fucking crazy, dude. So it's, oh my god, protect the kids, look inside, homophobia. It's what it is. It's like, and it's like, okay, so by the way, recently the UK, like as of the other day, the UK has launched a new law where you are not allowed to look at any adult content in the UK unless you verify yourself with an ID like picture, or you have a third party scan your face to determine how old you are. This is a real thing. This is a real law that the UK has passed and has gone into effect as of the other day, where now anybody in the UK cannot view anything NSFW whatsoever unless they give a selfie or a picture of their ID to prove their age. It is a law. Is it a law, Toby? As in, if you are in the UK right now and you log into Twitter, NSFW content is blocked until you verify yourself with a picture of yourself or your ID. As in, you literally cannot, if you are in the country of the UK, anything not safe for work is blocked. You cannot look at it. I get that, but can you bypass it with a VPN? It doesn't matter if you can bypass it with a VPN. It's the fact that you have to use a VPN to bypass it. And not everyone's going to have a VPN. Now everyone's going to know how to use a VPN. So now the entire fucking country is fucked. And because of the UK doing that, because the UK has passed this law, other countries like the US and the EU are looking into implementing the same systems into our country, which means that even if people in the UK got a VPN into other countries that weren't the UK, then now, okay, if similar laws are passed in places like the EU or America, you'll be forced in every single country to verify yourself with pictures of yourself or an ID to look at NSFW content. The entire country's fucked. Well, I guess more specifically, they're not fucked. The UK thing has been in planning for years, and the entire InfoSec community has been worried about it for the entire time. And they cut a lot of it from what made substantially what better outcomes. That's crazy. Then everything will need to be ID'd if it just say anything because NSFW. That's what I'm saying, man. It's enforced law. Pages have to ask for verification, else they get a huge fine. So either they comply or they don't provide service to you. That's literally, yeah, real. Why can't parents just do their fucking jobs? It's real. This isn't just bad for loot things. These people can control everything we engage in as consumers. No, it's a dangerous precedent that's being set because it's like, okay, like, you think it's just gonna stop at you think it's just gonna stop at like NSFW content? What if like unironically, I know this is like a slippery slope like argument, but like unironically, it's like this is a slippery slope that could very easily happen where like things could be like censored, where it's like why are these companies able to control the internet in the way that they have? The internet is supposed to be a free space where it does not have as much control as it has. But now, in order for me to use the internet, I have to be locked down by all these fucking laws and censorship where it's like things that the government doesn't like, they want that, like, they can unironically like censor that and like ban it from the country. You need to send your ID to a company that will inevitably have a data breach. Now your ID will be on the open internet. Well, yeah, it's what happened with the T app. Family not no little kids get pregnant abused. Oh, it's awful. Panky, give me gooning or give me death. No, this is like, Savior, I know you're joking. I know that you're being like silly and stuff like that, but like this isn't like unironically, this isn't about like porn and stuff like that. Like this is like unironically, this is a bad precedent. That is like, I don't want to sound like a doomer or sound like a conspiracy theorist, but this is a bad precedent that is being set. And like, I know that you're laughing from Canada, Savior, but like, this is going to affect you too. Because if it's going to affect the UK and it has ripple effects in places like the EU and the US, it's going to hit you eventually. And then you have to deal with censorship and having to verify yourself with an ID for anything you want. Like, Savior, this is not like a very haha funny like, oh, your porn is being banned. This is like legitimate censorship of like what, like the internet, which is not good. It's just not good, man. In 2026, all apps will be changed to naughty. Oh. I wonder how the dark web will develop. It'll probably get a huge boost in users. You think I should start using shit like the fucking Onion browser? It won't. The dark networks are not designed for that many users. Oh, it's over. Soon they'll have to verify every single purchase so they can control your entire bank account. It's like, and it's like for someone like me, right? Where my entire content and my job as a person, I am a creator on Fansly who makes NSFW content on Fansly. Okay? And not only am I an NSFW content creator on Fansly, I am a queer person. I am a gay little femboy, okay? I could very easily see my career going belly up because Visa and Mastercard don't like it. Like whether they don't like NSFW content in general or whether they don't want to support like queer, like LGBT content. It'll literally have to put fries on the back. No, it's awful, dude. It's awful. It's just like, it's awful. This could prompt a bigger push towards crypto wallets for transactions. I don't know. I just, I'm unironically, I'm like worried. I'm like scared. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like scared because it's like it's just so much happening so fast. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I can't predict the future. And it's like, I'm scared for my own future because it's like, what if they start going like really gung ho on places like Fansly, right? Where they just straight up say, we don't want to support your content anymore. So what happens to my career, like, on Fansly, or like what happens to my career on like Twitch and stuff like that, right? Um, and then it's like also just like it's just like unironically, it's just content that I enjoy. Like, will games and content that I enjoy be like banned or taken off the platform, and I have to find like illegal ways to like access it because payment processors like Visa and Mastercard don't want to support it? Like, suddenly they're like, hey, by the way, like suddenly they're like, hey, by the way, we like The Binding of Isaac, a game which satirizes the Christian a game that satirizes the Christian religion and has a lot of like very like psychological like horror elements to it. What if they're like, we want to take this off our platform because this doesn't align with our values? So games like Binding of Isaac get taken off their platform because it doesn't align with values, right? It has new kids. So all the kids are technically naked in it. So they're like, we don't like this game, so we want to take this off of our platform, or whatever. It's like a thing where it's like, this isn't just like a funny haha thing. Like, this is like a genuine, like, this is like it could affect games that you enjoy as a consumer, where it's like they're like, well, we don't like this. Internet, if you're talking dark net, you're talking about things like Tor, I2P, and so on. Those networks are not only cumbersome to use, they also have insane high latency. You can't stream or properly send videos over there. Ooh, it's awful. Andy and Lele, oh, unironically, Andy and Lele, like the coffin of Andy and Lele, unironically, this is probably gonna get banned, like off of Steam, because it involves incestuous themes in it of like murder and cannibalism. Something like the coffin of Andy and Lele, unironically, has a pretty big chance at getting banned off of Steam, because payment processors look at this game and are like, we don't like this. Even though Coffin of Andy, I think it's a great game. They're just trying to do modern Haze Code, which didn't last. I don't know. And it should be a free space. I stood to that ideally should be yes, but sadly in reality those are complicated. Depending on uppermost hierarchy, say whatever. Take it from Tiny Femboy. Nobody serving personal assistance, line discreetly. The authorities somewhere in C. Oh, it's awful. Yeah, this is actually a problem. But what if there's I mean, if we explore other ways? What do you mean explore other ways? There's nothing to do, at least right now. I mean, like, I don't know. But at least right now there's nothing to do about it other than just like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just a guy on the internet. And they could take games off your library too because it's digital. Yep. Points for not having it installed. Well, it's not installed because this is a new PC, Finebus. It's installed on my other PC, but this is a new PC I got recently. sorry, Finebus, you're not in the loop. You're not in the loop anymore, Finebus. You've been gone for months. I have a new PC now. They banned normal horror game and stuff. Well, they banned mouthwashing off of itch.io. Mouthwashing, a horror psychological. They banned Visa and Mastercard forced mouthwashing, a horror psychological game involving themes such as sexual assault and rape. They banned that off of itch.io. So they're already banning normal horror games. The idea of mass censorship spreading to multiple nations is really scary. I don't like it. People have to do something uncomfortable and actually contact the representatives. 1,000 years in the coffin puts a real crick in the neck. Oh man, I guess I'll just go back to games like God Hand on my PS2. It's over. What about stuff like GTA that has NSFW and Rust that is new? Technically, I know GTA 6. Unironically, I don't know. Maybe GTA 6 would be an exception because it makes an exorbitant amount of money. But if there are groups of people that truly do not like GTA 6, they might be able to force GTA 6 to change or not even come out. Unironically. Spread the word, call them out for their crap. Several petitions are out and about. It's fucking sucks, dude. They're actual idiots. They're losing sales by cutting all these unwanted topics. If I was investing, I'd be pissed. Well, it's the investors. Rockstar's their own launcher. Would that matter? Well, it would matter if they use Visa or Mastercard. It's not about the launcher. It's about Visa and Mastercard, which is the root of why this is happening. It's not places like Steam or itch.io or Fansly that are determining this. The root of it is at Visa and Mastercard, which processes 70, according to somebody in chat, I'm gonna use this number, 70% of like all online purchases on the internet. And so most places use Visa and Mastercard as a way to process their payments, including Steam and itch.io and Fansly, which means that if Visa and Mastercard don't like it and don't want their payment process being used for content they don't like, then everybody that uses Visa and Mastercard to process payments has to follow their rules unless they want to get their support pulled. Is there a specific rule about adding funds to your wallet then spending it on a specific game? Well, that's not how it works, because at the end of the day, you're still using Visa and Mastercard to process payments. They're processing the payments, like whether you're using your credit card or whether you're giving money to Steam, or like whether Steam is giving money to you. It's all being used. It's not as simple as like, oh, just use gift cards. It's not as simple as that. Right now, those networks are absolutely not equipped for this, but that's the point. Once the demand rises, they will adapt and make it possible. Just look at the internet right now. It also used to be cumbersome to use and was slow as hell. Higher demand led to become faster and better. The same can happen to the dark web network if people decide to switch over. Publishers are big on spending their investors. I hope they target AAA publishers so then the two evils get into lawsuit. It's just like, I'm just like, god damn. Even gift cards are typically based on Visa and Mastercard. Yep. Yep. These people fundamentally misunderstand the dark web. You have no idea. I don't know anything about the dark web, so I'm not going to comment on it. But this is your perfect moment for a tech pro to invent a new money processing system. Well, it's called crypto. Unironically, it's called crypto. Unironically, it's cryptocurrency. We're talking about NSFW content here. Lots of people would do anything to get their stuff. PayPal get around. Fine bus, I love you, and I'm gonna say this in the nicest way I can. You're dumb. I love you so much, Fine bus, I do. PayPal also uses Visa and Mastercard as well. PayPal's in the same boat. I love you, Fine bus. I love you. I'm saying that in the nicest way I can. PayPal is sadly being targeted as well. Yep. I use secondary methods of payment. I don't put my card online simply because I don't trust people. You guys, look, I'm going to say this in the nicest way I can. All of you are dumb. All of you are dumb. Because when I say that what's happening with these companies, this is not a thing of, oh, like, no, it's like Steam. It's not like Steam is removing, or it's not like Steam has these games on their platform, but you can't purchase these games if you have a Visa or a Mastercard, or like debit card or credit card. It's Steam is removing these games off of the platform entirely, and you cannot purchase them. There is zero way to purchase them because they are being taken down off of the platform itself. Because Visa and Mastercard, these companies, I'm not talking about the debit cards or the credit cards that they give consumers. Visa and Mastercard are more than just the credit cards and debit cards they give consumers. Visa and Mastercard handle payments, as in you give money to Visa and Mastercard, and they give that money to other people. So if I were to give money to Steam, Visa and Mastercard will check that money to make sure it's basically all good and clean and it's good, and then they hand that money to Steam. And then it's vice versa, where if Fansly, for example, wants to give me money, that money has to go through places like Visa and Mastercard to process the payment, and then they give the money to me. I'm not talking about the debit cards or the credit cards they give the consumers. It's the fact that they have to process the payments, and the only way for these payments to be processed is through Visa and Mastercard. And if Visa and Mastercard saying we don't want our money, that we don't want the money that we're processing to be used for these types of topics and subjects, then they're shit out of luck. There's no way to pay for anything in America that does not go through Visa, Mastercard, banks, even cash. Yes, like, this is not an issue of like debit cards or credit cards or using different types of banks. It is the fact that Visa and Mastercard process the payments of 70% of like online transactions. It is not as simple as switching debit cards to buy stuff that you want. It's that these platforms are being forced to ban content that Visa and Mastercard do not like, less that they do not want to give or receive money at all. Period. Hopefully the cost of companies switching to new payment is less than the loss of revenue for NSFW stuff. I don't know. I really think at this point, like, to go to the black market, it's awful. There's no way to pay for anything in America that doesn't go through. Yes. I don't have half this problem right now because I'm broke. I don't have half of this problem right now because I'm broke. Brother, fear killer, I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to say this in the nicest way as possible. You're fucking retarded. You are dumb as shit. You are fucking retarded. This is not a simple, like, fact of, like, oh, well, it's like, I'm broke, so I can't buy this content anyway. You're fucking retarded. You are dumb as fuck. This is about the fact that even if you don't have to pay for this shit, it's getting banned off of platforms. It is getting banned. It is getting banned and taken down. So all that furry porn that you jerk off to on Twitter, guess what? Even though you don't pay for it, it'll get banned off of the platform because Visa and Mastercard, they don't want their ads and their money going through a place that uses it. So even if you aren't paying for it, they're still gonna ban your content that you don't want, you fucking retard piece of shit. Maybe we'll bring back physical media so we don't have to take anything. Sorry, lock in. I'm crashing out. I don't have cancer, so fuck cancer research. That guy is like literally retarded. I want you to know, like, that guy's retarded. Why am I getting the hate? Because you said a retarded thing. So I'm gonna call you out for saying a retarded thing in my chat. I don't have cancer, so fuck cancer research. That's real as fuck. That's real as fuck. Just because you don't have the money to buy it doesn't mean it's not affecting you, you piece of shit. You fucking retard. All the free NSFW games on itch.io were removed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if it was a free game on itch.io, it was removed. Even if it was a free game on Steam that involved the content, it was removed. You don't have to be able to pay for it to be removed and censored. This is the last thing I'm saying. Do you not want to call it? The main purpose of the dark web is to guarantee anonymity to journalists, whistleblowers, activists. Most of them achieve multiple layers of encryption and sending over nodes. There's two ways to lower the security measures or increase general internet speed. Both are not going to happen. It is what it is. What if we just mailed them the money instead of via carrier pigeon? Fine, Bus. Your rage bait, it's not working. It's not working on me anymore. Your rage bait isn't working. What Panky stream is not a crash out? I want all of you dead. I don't jerk off to furries or Panky porn just to see Panky happy, me fine. Oh my god. I just sit here and observe the whole situation. Panky isn't letting anyone be silly. He's on his Hassan arc. Look. I'm not letting... Look, here's the thing, right? Look, Savior, look. I'm pissed off because this is like a really serious thing. This is like unironically like a really serious thing. And it's like it's hard for me to be like silly and goofy about something like as serious as like Visa and Mastercard when this is something that's like really actually like genuinely starting to affect like just like a lot of things. It's been affecting things that I've enjoyed for like at least a year now. But now it's like it's real now it's like starting to come after like my career potentially. It's not good. I wouldn't let something you can't control make you this upset. It's hard for me to describe it's hard for me to describe like Savior. I know that you're like a much more like relaxed and chill person, and I get that. We're two different people, but it's like this is like it's so hard for me to explain to you. It's so ignore the screams, you can't control it. It's so hard for me to explain to you in a way that you'd understand why this is pissing me off. Honest to God, that heard that slurp and thought my cat made a noise. Nope, slurping up Dr. Pepper. No, it's like it's like this is like shit where it's like if like this like if this like continues to get worse, or if we like as users of the internet and like users of like the like money and payment processes and shit like this, right? If we do not do anything about it, it could actually just genuinely like fuck up a lot of things for a lot of years. And it's like I know you guys are saying, well, it's like, well, they banned like alcohol and like the prohibition, right? And that only worked for so long. And like, yeah, you're right. Like alcohol was banned for like for during the prohibition, and then it was back. But it's still a thing where it's like alcohol was banned for like how long did the prohibition last? By the way, how long did the prohibition last? Out of curiosity. So the prohibition lasted for like 13 years, okay? So let's just say it's like the same thing where it's like, let's say porn and shit gets majorly censored and banned and stuff like that. And it's like we had to deal with this for like 13 years, right? And it's like great. We had to deal with this for 13 fucking years, and then all like I don't know. It's really existential to be stressing, but I can't do much about it. It's amidst of dread and anger. It's just like the reason why this is fucking me up so bad is because this has the potential to start actually like going after my career. Like I saw this before and I was worried, but I'm like, well, there's nothing that I can do about it. And it's like I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, right? So it's like I was like whatever. So like I just ignored it. But like now it's like it's getting so bad to the point to where it's like starting to like stress me out as a content creator who does NSFW content, right? Where my career is potentially jeopardized because of this. And I know that's funny to laugh at, where it's like, oh, Panky's career is gonna be in the toilet because he does NSFW content. But do you know what do you know what that's done to me? I've worked for 5 long and hard years. I have busted my fucking ass for 5 years straight to do this, right? And the idea that all of my work that I've done and all of this shit that I have done for the past 5 years could potentially crumble down due to something that's out of my control simply because it's just a giant middle finger from these companies. Do you know how hard that fucks me up? Like, do you know how hard that fucks me up? Like this hurts. This is not fun. Are you retarded? This is not Spiral from a Wincest game. I was talking. This was something I mentioned, but this is not because of the Wincest game. Are you retarded? I've said this a few minutes ago, but almost all cyber crimes run on XMR because it's simply untraceable. As with all crypto, it's cumbersome. Use a media exchange company, but it works. It's just like, damn, man, holy moly. Oh my god, it's my head hurts. My head hurts and I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I just hope I just hope oh my god. But it went wider because of that one game on Steam, not the coffin. If they banned your content, how would you support yourself? Do you guys want me to be real with you? if my content gets banned and I can't support myself anymore, I'm going into the military. Lock in. I'm going into the military. I'm quitting being a VTuber. I'm quitting being a femboy on the internet. I'm gonna get a buzz cut and I'm going into the military. Lock in, chat. That's what that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's my plan B. That's been my plan B for years. Is if VTubing goes through, if it goes belly up and I just like everything falls apart and I lose my job, I'm going into the Air Force. Lock in. I wouldn't recommend that because the current administration, brother, I'm going into the Air Force whether you like it or not. Have you seen the benefits that they're offering to the Air Force recently, or just the being in the military in general? Fuck, I'm going into the military because the benefits, brother, motherfucker. Lock in. Imagine being one tapped by an ex femboy VTuber. That's what I'm saying, man. Panky would be prime barracks bunny for real. I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, it's over. Would recommend the Navy. I'm not that much of a queer. I'm not that much of a. I can't say the slur, but like, think of this. Replace queer with the F slur, and I'm not that much of a queer. Every man in the front. You need 3 logistics. Just go for logistics. Panky, that's literally my second plan, but only a Marine. No, if every no, like, mark my words, chat, okay? If my career goes belly up because of these bans and shit, and I have to quit being a VTuber, I'm going into the Air Force. I'm going into the military, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. You can mark my fucking words. If shit happens, we're going into the military. Lock in.